Using a kayak. Yeah, so I've got a big picture here of Hobie kayaks lined up. So it's not the not the most dynamic image to demonstrate this, but yeah, it seems we all chose the same kayak here. There's a few. There's probably a bit more to. When I did this, I think there's probably a bit more to choosing a kayak than I actually realised. I'm probably quite biased in the kayaks that I choose, looking for long, sleek, fast ocean kayaks. But if you're not planning to go straight out to sea, then you could probably get away with slightly wider, more stable or smaller kayaks. So there's a bit to think about. Number one driving factor is usually budget, how much you have to spend or how much you want to spend. I mean, you can do any search online these days on auction sites and you'll see tons and tons of cheap entry kayaks. 200-300 quid kayaks, generally not the ones to go for, so I'd probably avoid those. Probably quite low quality, produced in China. Generally quite small kayaks normally, and you just know the quality is not going to be there at that price. So as a minimum, I would say look to spend around 500 quid for a kayak, maybe upwards up to about £1,000 just for the kayak if you're going to get a decent one. Or look second hand or new. I mean, yeah. Where are you planning to paddle and fish? So, I mean, I touched on that a minute ago. If you're planning to go straight out offshore, like my little brother's doing in this picture here, you'd probably want a kayak like that. So nice, sleek, long kayak. So something around sort of 13-foot minimum, I would say, going right up to sort of 16 foot. That's what you want to be looking for.
They come at different. They come at different widths, don't they? You can get.
They do, yeah. I mean, they come at different widths, and the width will be directly contributable to the stability of the kayak. So generally, a short, wide kayak is going to be pretty stable. You're going to be unlikely to tip it. It's not going to be the fastest boat, so you're going to compromise speed with stability usually. There are a few boats that break that rule, but generally, yeah, the general rule of thumb is the longer and sleeker a kayak is, it's going to be a little bit less tippy. And that's been the case for all the long kayaks that I've owned. They've been a little bit more tippy than, say, a wider kayak. So worth bearing in mind. If you're quite new to it, I would probably test a few out first if you can. If you've got friends that own a kayak, try and get out on the water with them and have a little go in one of their boats. See if you like it, see if you get on with it. I'm sure most people wouldn't mind, so it's definitely worth bearing in mind. What size kayak can you store and transport? This is probably overlooked sometimes. I didn't even measure my garage before I bought my kayak, and it only just fits, so it's definitely worth considering this. And the same as what vehicle you have. So if you drive a big Sprinter van or a transporter or something like that, can you get it on the roof? A few of my friends have various ways of doing this, like hydraulic systems and all sorts, to get their kayak on the roof. So that's quite a biggie.
It's way quite a bit. In terms of lifting a kayak up onto the top of a van, it must be. They must be,
yes.
You know, quite heavy.
The guys do it on their own. They prop it up on the back and slide it up.
Right.
But two-man job, really. I would say I prefer to do it with two. It's easier to put it on a car, that's for sure. But yeah, body weight. Most kayaks will handle up to about 200 kilos, surprisingly. So it's unless you're a super heavyweight, I don't think body weight's the biggest concern when choosing a kayak. Though, if you're a heavy guy, then you probably would look for something that's going to hold your weight. So check the ratings on the boats, and if you're leaning over to the side, that type of thing, you want to know the kayak's not going to tip over. So, what style and paddling ability? So yeah, that's basically caps off everything I've said, really.